In this session, we want to take a look at group membership, adding members to a group, managing group membership using group policy, being able to list the groups that a person or a user belongs to, and changing default Active Directory containers. We have a group in Contoso called Caribbean, and we want to add some members to that group. So we're going to right click on Caribbean. We're going to click on Properties. And then we want to click on Members. And at this Caribbean Properties screen, you need to click on Add. And then search for the members that you want to add, or if you remember the member's name, you can type it in the object name box. We're going to search. So we're going to click on Advanced, Find Now. And here we have Ben Smith. So we want to add Ben Smith to the Caribbean group. So we click on Ben Smith. Then you click on OK. And let's look for someone else to add. Click on Advanced, Find Now. And we want to scroll down the list to find someone else. And here is Janet Thomas. We're going to add her user account to that Caribbean group also. So you click on Janet Thomas, click on OK. And we verify that we have the two names here to add to the Caribbean group. And we want to click on OK. And you can see now that you have Ben Smith and Janet Thomas as members of that Caribbean group. If you wanted to add the Caribbean group to another group, you would click the Member Of tab at the top here. We also can manage group membership by using group policy. Let's click on OK here. And we want to go into group policy. So we're going to close the Active Directory Users and Computers snap-in. And we're going to click on Tools, Group Policy Management. Within the group policy management, there is a group called Restricted Groups. And the purpose of this group is so that you can restrict members of this group. The administrator can decide who he or she wants to be a member of this group. Ordinarily, when a group is created, a group has some default members before you even put or add any members to that group. The purpose, again, of the restricted group is so that you can specify the membership of the group and enforce that policy. So that even if changes are made to that group by another administrator, let's say, those changes will be reversed once the policy refreshes. So we're actually doing a special group called restricted groups that will allow us to specify the members of that group. And we're going to look at the policies. We want to actually create a policy and then edit that policy. So in the Contoso domain, we're going to right click and we're going to say create a group policy object in this domain and link it here. We're going to call that policy Restricted Policies. Restricted Policy Group. for Contoso. And we want to click on OK. We're going to expand Contoso. And there we see the policy, restricted policy. We want now to edit this policy. So we're going to right click on the policy and we're going to click on edit. To find the restricted policy group, we need to click on computer configuration, policies, Windows settings, security settings, and there is the restricted group folder as seen here on screen. We want to right click this restricted group and select add group to open the add group dialog box. We want to right click on restricted group and then click on add group to open the add group dialog box. And then what we want to do is to browse to add the group object. So we're going to click on browse. We're going to look for a group to add to that restricted group. And we're looking for a group. We have here, we see we have a finance group. So we want to add that group to the restricted group. So we're going to click on finance and OK. Then we're going to click on OK again. And see we have the finance group within the Contoso domain. We click on OK. Then we have the property box. And you have two choices here. You now can add members to that group, or you can say that that group is a member of another group. Now, you may say to yourself, well, suppose they are already members in that finance OU, or in that finance group rather. What's going to happen? Well, if you have already put members in that finance group or their default members before, once you do this restricted group, those people are no longer going to be members of the finance group. Only the users that you put from right now in this dialog box will be members. We're going to add Ben Smith again to this group. I'm going to click on OK and OK again. And here we have Ben Smith. So we can see Ben Smith is now a member of that restricted group. So we can go ahead and we can click apply and OK. We are also able to view group membership with this PowerShell command. And you're going to use the Active Directory module for PowerShell. And the command is get Active Directory principal group membership space hyphen identity and the name of the user. So what we're looking at here is finding out the groups that Ben would be a member of. So if Ben was a member of 5 groups and we wanted to find out which 5 groups Ben belonged to, we would type this command at the PowerShell prompt. There's something else we want to look at. When we create objects, computer objects, or even when we join a computer to a domain, by default, that computer goes into the computer container within Active Directory. It is possible to redirect that. At the command prompt, you will type redircmp, redirect computer, and the OU equal new computer OU. So if you don't want your computer, when you join the computer to the domain, to go in the computer's container, whatever name you have here, or whatever OU you have, and I put new computer OU here, that is where the computers will go instead of the default container, which is computers. So again, the path, redirect computer, OU equal whatever name you're giving or you have given to the new OU or container where you want your computers to now go, and then you type the path, the domain path, which is dc equal contoso, dc equal cup. That is the end of the session. Thank you for listening.